this topic is actually something that you were hoping for at Godzilla's 70th
Yeah.
anniversary, the New York Comic Con announcement stuff.
Yeah, I
It came a little
mean,
bit later on.
I've been begging for it for years now. Every time I do a Godzilla review, I kind of bring up that I want an ongoing series. We're gonna get an ongoing universe, and with that, it's gonna start off on Free Comic Book Day, which is in May. A lot of people were a little confused about this. It was a very um, confusing announcement, but in May we're getting the Free Comic Book Day Godzilla New Heroes, and then in July is when the new universe begins. Sort of like what they did with the Ninja Turtles this year. The Ninja Turtles new reboot started in July, and they have a really big list of talent here. Before we get into the talent, let me just get into the little press release here. Then we'll go over the talent to kind of give you an idea what I think might be coming. Um, so they so they are going for a bolder and more bizarre series. They said it sounds like Toho's kind of like, listen, you've been doing great with the comics, all these one shots. I feel like the one shots were kind of an experiment, like I've been saying for a little while now, and they're like, just do what you want with it. It's a comic. From Jake Williams, who will be the editor, he said the issues will introduce readers to new characters, premiere new kaiju, and serve as the launching point of our new Godzilla continuity, which is really cool because now we're gonna have continuity. No more. Well, I'm sure there will still be some one shots and spin off series here and there, but we're finally gonna have somewhat of an ongoing thing going. And on top of that, he said the new continuity will be filled with superpowered humans, kaiju half breeds, stories from across Earth and space, a fresh new take on Godzilla himself. All new service of one singular goal is to tell Godzilla stories that can only exist on the pages of a comic book. Big, bold, bizarre, and above all, cool as hell. Sounds really cool. Now, some of the stories that were announced was there's going to be a spacebound Mechagodzilla that's piloted by a group of mercenaries. There'll be a half human, half kaiju story. There's a superhero take on G Force, which that just has me thinking Trendmasters, man. The G Force team that they had for Trendmasters, it was almost like they looked like a bootleg Power Rangers team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And then we get down to the list of creators. There's a lot of people on this list. So we have Tim Seeley, who's an artist slash writer. They didn't announce what any of these people are doing exactly, but I'm just telling you what their careers are. We have Nikola Sijmeshia, who's an artist. Ethan Parker, writer. That's second writer, two artists. Griffin Sheridan, third writer here. Pablo Tunica, an artist. He's done some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff that I've actually read recently. We have Chris Coach, and then Oliver Ono, who's done the Godzilla vs. Batra rivals, as well as the Monster Island Summer Camp. So those are two that if you want to see some art, check that out. I feel like he might be doing the Mecha Godzilla story because he did post a Kiryu image a little while back. I want to say maybe in August. And then if you check out his website, he does some really cool mech stuff. And even in the Monster Island summer camp, he made those robot suits. He's really into the robotics. And then of course we have Jake Williams on editor. So here we have 5 artists, 3 writers. The way this announcement came with the Mecha Godzilla story, the half human story, and then the G Force story, I'm thinking we could potentially have 3 different Godzilla series ongoing, intertwined with one another. I don't know if that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that. I would just like it to be one comic book series because you go into the whole issue of you got to read this issue before you read that issue, then read that issue, and it becomes this big tangled mess of continuity
Yeah.
that you have to keep. You know, if you're going to do spin-off comics, you know, get through the first volume first where you're setting up everything, and then you can start branching out. But we start just right off the bat with all these different
Yeah.
series and stuff. It can get quite it becomes a job.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of talent here, so I'm not exactly sure what the plan is. I'm sure we'll get more details. I mean, we know we have the Godzilla heist. We still have Here There Be Aliens, which we're really hyped about. That Verse America one where he's just going to different cities in America.
Yeah, that looks like that's gonna be like their new one-shot series.
Yeah, I'm kind of
that they're gonna be
curious. Yeah,
replacing
because
Rivals with.
I think Rivals is done, unfortunately, because I love them.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere for me with that whole.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the final issue. I was like, do they mean of this round or like?
I kind of hope it's of this
ever?
round, but like they kind of just said it's the final issue for that Space Godzilla
Yeah.
verse King Ghidorah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for a new continuity of ongoing comic books. They've had some really good miniseries, 5-issue arcs coming, and they're still going to be continue doing that. But I'm excited to see what they can do with this, and
Yeah.
I don't think that they have to. They've listed, as you said, like 3 different stories already. They don't have to rush into this.
Yeah.
Like, they could take their time if this is going to be an ongoing continuity. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to just be like, here, boom, everything, 5 issues on the first month.
Like, so, I mean, clearly, like, Mechagodzilla's in space. Like, the series could probably be their own thing with occasional crossover. I mean, I've been saying this a lot lately. IDW's killing it with the Ninja Turtles. And, like, right now they have, like, a couple different ones. The other thing is if they do similar to what they did with the Ninja Turtles. So, last year, and even when they first kind of did the first run of Ninja Turtles, they did each issue of the first 4 issues were 4 different stories, one about where each turtle's at. So I'm kind of curious if like that's what they're gonna do with this thing and be like, all right, first issue we're gonna do Godzilla. Second issue we're gonna do the half human monster thing. Third issue we do Godzilla in space. Fourth issue we do the G-Force thing, and then after that they start. All right, now we're gonna go.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you have to get through the volume 1
Yes.
at least, because if you just start hitting people with like, oh, we
Yeah.
have this new series, but it's like really like 4 series, and you have to be reading like 4 issues a month.
Yeah.
and it's gonna start getting crazy up front.
Yeah,
and-
eventually they might do like a supplemental where like we're gonna do a Mechagodzilla issue and focus on that crew, and it'll be
Yeah.
like a one shot in per se, and then they might do a yearly like they usually do with a lot of ongoing comics where they like do a nice big like 40-page issue, and it's kind of like a big, almost like, all right, here's the movie for the year in a way.
Yeah. But yeah, this is all speculation.
Yeah.
We haven't got, we don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
And, I guess it's a really big incentive to go out there for that free comic book day comic book
Yeah.
and get it. We're gonna have to. Well, I guess we do know a couple local spots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot. I don't have like any really close to me, but I am willing to venture if
Yeah,
if
exactly.
it falls on a good day for me.
Yeah. Yeah. As you said, it's not the end of their miniseries. We still have Here There Be Aliens, Heist, the Mothra series. I think
Yes,
would
of course,
probably
yeah.
be still running at this point. Godzilla vs Power Rangers 3, which we'll see what happens with that one. They could take their time with that one.
Yeah, I think they should let that one cook a little. I think
yeah,
they
'cause,
really. I felt like that last one was very rushed.
Very, very rushed, and the whole thing just seemed half baked to me, honestly. But hopefully, yeah. I mean,
That's
I
right.
don't want bad comic books.
They gotta
Like,
let it cook.
I'm a fan of I'm a fan of it. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to don't rush and make something that's presentable.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited for this new series. It's been something that we've been talking about for a while, and excited to see what happens.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job. So definitely looking forward to seeing some continuity here.
Yeah, and